Hi folks. So this is an introductory video. This is my very first YouTube video. So don't judge me if I'm constantly checking to see what I look like in the little video screen here. Otherwise, yeah, welcome to the channel. I have no idea all the things that we're going to be talking about, but there are a lot of things as a novice, aficionado, if you will, to mechanical workings of vehicles, particularly motorcycles, for the last few years, that I've picked up, skills I've learned, things I've done, bikes I've built. You can kind of see one right here in the ground behind me. Also, I've been working on hot rods a lot lately, so working out with friends and stuff like that, and I figured I would try my hand at a video or two of my own. So eventually we're going to see a build on this 1951 Pontiac Chieftain here. But in the meantime, I picked up a Chevy 350 small block. It's actually just a short block. I'll show you guys it in a second. And I'm going to be going through stripping it, taking off everything that I have on it. It doesn't look like it's in that great of a shape, to be entirely honest. It was a $100 Kijiji find. And so we'll see what we can get out of it. If we can get a good working engine out of it, that's great. Maybe we'll have some performance aftermarket parts on it and see what we can get out of this old girl. But yep, so stay tuned and watch this assembly. Okay, so here's the 350 small block. There's a couple things to note about it. It looks like it's been left outside for God knows how long. It's rusty as hell. The wheels don't turn anymore. It seems to be seized. We will see how bad that is. It was an adventure getting it off of my cherry picker into here because the cherry picker decided that it wasn't going to work properly, in that the valve that either locks it or lowers it seems to have been snapped off somewhere. So that was an adventure. Had to drain out all the fluid. You can see all over the floor. It was a nice cleanup, even despite having an oil pan catching it underneath, but here we are. So here's the 350. I'm going to start by taking off the cylinder head covers. We'll take off the heads afterwards. We will see what, if anything, can move. I'm going to try to salvage as much of it as I can. The previous owner said to me that they've never taken the heads off before, and it looks like he's probably right. Things look like they're pretty rusty on here. We'll know for sure once I get it off, and we'll see whether or not it comes off easy or if they're stuck on. If they're stuck on, then he'll have told me the truth, I guess, but we will see. So in the meantime, I will come back once we've got these head covers off. We'll see what the gaskets look like. I'm not sure it's going to make much of a difference on the head covers, but we'll look for fluid, look for rust, any other signs that water's gotten inside and that things are damaged. But we'll see. All right, real quick update. So I've got the first cylinder head cover off. You'll notice that I actually sprayed some penetrating lube in here already, so you'll see it's a bit wet. But there's a lot of gunk inside here, real hard, crusty stuff. So at some point, either these came off or there was a bit of a leak. Anyways, the outside was getting inside. You can really see it here. You can also see it on the gasket. All right, so we're gonna continue to strip down. I'm gonna take down the other side as well, and then we'll take off the heads, and then we'll see what it looks like inside and see how things are. But everything seems to be nice and tight. Doesn't seem to be anything that was really loose except for maybe this lifter here. We'll see. All right, goodbye. All right, you'll notice the rocker arms are off. Now that's on purpose. That's on purpose because there are some head bolts that are hidden behind the rocker arms themselves, and so to get to them, because there is an order with which these should be put back on, and I like to take them off in that order. I mean, like, that's just kind of me. I plan on trying to reuse the head if I can. I also try to plan on reusing the rocker arms and the lifters, the rods, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to try to save when I take them out, and to do that, this is not my idea. I'm not going to take credit for this, but I've seen lots of people do this on the internet where they have a box and then they label everything as to what came off where and then put them on in the right order. So you'll see that I've got the rocker arms back there. I'm going to be putting them up on here once I take the rods out as well, before I take the heads off, and that way I'll know exactly where they went when I put them back together later. Now the problem I've got here is 3 children and 2 cats and a dog. And so I have to make sure that they're going to be up and out of the way where no one or none of them is going to get to it. So it'll be up on the workbench, it'll be away from the animals, and then they'll be put away safely. All right, so next update's gonna be, hopefully, this head will be off. Although I'm already at this point starting to suspect that the guy was telling me the truth, that he's never taken the heads off because of just the sheer amount of crud that was required, or sheer amount of crud that was in the way here, especially when I was taking off the, what's it called? These cylinder head covers. They were obviously not taken off in a long time. And so because of that, voila, I'm pretty sure that this is all gonna be good to go. So we're gonna try to save as much as we can. And eventually I'm going to machine the surfaces of the heads and the block, get it all nice and flat again, because who knows how long it was running for. This is all presuming, of course, there aren't any other issues with the block that will cause me to toss it or scrap it. All right, so keep going.
So this is the thing that you should probably do early, not like me here once you've already got one head off. But yeah, get rid of the fluids, hey? So I've got this draining oil now, and there is still coolant inside it. Although when I took the drain plugs out for the coolant, nothing came out. It was all real crusty inside there. Tried to get as much of it out as I possibly could, but nothing flowed, so I'm gonna have to tilt it over afterwards, and that's why I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll start to undo the fluids now, or I'll start to drain the fluids now. So this will go for a while, maybe 10-15 minutes. I'll just let it go because I really don't want to risk, you know, turning it upside down and having some surprises. So yeah, I'll be back when we're empty.
All right, heads are off. You're seeing what I'm seeing. Not looking good. This is all flaky ass head gaskets. We'll see what this looks like underneath here. I'm gonna take the gasket off, but I'm not too pleased. You can just see right inside. See the top of the pistons. They are obviously corroded. There's obviously rust on them. We'll see. Definitely gonna have to replace the pistons if I can even get this out of here. Like, look at this. This is all like dusty and corroded in here. On the bright side, the inside of the cylinders feel good. So I don't know how much boring I'll have to do. I might have to get the shop to do a 30 over because this is just in some rough shape. But we'll see. I'm gonna continue and take off this gasket, and then I'm gonna work on that side. So pray for me. I'm gonna need it. All right, so drain the oil, drain the coolant, cracked off the other cylinder head, and you're looking at what I'm looking at here. So this is the situation that we're in, or I'm in per se. So what we're gonna have to do here, by the looks of it, I mean, you can just see this cylinder is just in ridiculous shape. There's no way that this is gonna be usable as is. I mean, the heads, or the pistons, I should say, we kind of knew that we were gonna have to replace them as soon as I saw the other side. It was probably keen on your mind as well. However, here on this side, this particular cylinder is really rough inside. This one's actually pretty good. This one also is really rough. There is no way this engine's going to turn over or rotate at this point. So there's a couple things I can do. I'm going to continue to tear it down the best that I possibly can. I'm going to get it down to a bare block if I can. If I can get that unstuck, then great. I'm going to try to clean up as much of the debris as I can. This will be my friend, hopefully. We'll put PB Blaster to the test, and we will see what this thing can do. All right, so next update, I'm done for the day. I'm going to try to continue to tear this down tomorrow. It's like 9:30. My kids are going to bed. I gotta say goodnight. All the daddy duty stuff. The heads, thankfully, look like they're in good shape. I've got all the rods and rocker arms are off. I've got most of the lifters out. I should say, I guess I got half the lifters out. This half is still in there. Most of those are stuck. And like an idiot, because this is a channel about, you know, making rookie mistakes. So rookie mistake number one, I'm not going to trash the wonderful Power Fist or Piston Ring, sorry, not Piston Ring, Princess Auto don't want to trash piston ring. The Power Fist Princess Auto engine stand here at all, but Dickie over here put this together pretty crappy. And when he put this together, I should have put these on the inside. I was on purpose trying to give myself as much room in here as I could. And in doing that, I've ended up making it so that I can't actually rotate the engine around 100%. So I can't get to the underside unless I put this back up on the cherry picker and then flip these bolts around, put the motor mount back together or the engine stand mount back together. Yeah. Problem for future Richard. All right, so that's the lesson of the day. Put your shit together right. Don't buy shit off Kijiji. And I'm sure there's others. Oh yeah, keep your shit organized. Organized. Hopefully cats don't get on here. Screw this shit up. All right, peace out.